There we go.
Hello and welcome to AXSChat. I'm joining you from Geneva today, where I'm at the ILO, the International Labour Organization, as part of their Global Business Disability Network conference. Deborah sends her apologies. She's still working at this conference, but we're delighted to welcome Stephen J. Wampler today. Stephen is the reason that the Wampler Foundation exists, and I'm delighted to have you on because all I see is pictures of you hanging off the sides of mountains. So it's good to see you in a slightly safer environment. So welcome.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and the Wampler Foundation and Camp Wamp?
Thank you very much for having us. I'm Steve Wampler. I run a nonprofit in the U.S. for disabled children to get out in the world, into the backwoods of California.
So I think that the thing that's impresses me is the amount of high octane danger that we see in your account. But obviously you're not encouraging kids to do dangerous stuff. You are.
No, we're basically
to engage in sort of outdoor activities and physical
right.
activity. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Stephen, what was the reason that is behind Camp Wamp? What motivated you to to get out there and start all this amazing project?
Camp had such a profound effect on me and my life growing up. As a little kid, that it changed my life so much that I felt like I needed to give back to other kids around the world. And I started my camp in 2004, and I've seen such an effect on kids over like the last 40, 50 years, that it's a rewarding experience, and I couldn't think of anything else in the world ever I'd like to do.
So, in terms of having kids at the camp, can you tell us how do you communicate or try to get more kids going to the camp? Are you contacting organizations that are supporting kids, or they just end up discovering about your work and they go to the camp? What type of work are you doing in order to bring them in?
I use social media mostly to spread the word on Twitter, Facebook, other outlets, and then my movie gets the word out big time right now. And the movie has been all over the world, and a lot of kids sign up through watching the movie and going on my website, and that's how we're getting a majority of our kids today. So it's a big social media push, and the movie is another vehicle to get more kids.
Great. And so just for those that haven't already found it, can you tell us where we can find the movie? Is it available in cinemas, or do we find it online?
is online now on YouTube and my website for free. It's a little over an hour, and it's about the climb up El Capitan and Yosemite National Park that I did 7 years ago, and I climbed the face for 6 days, 5 nights, and did 20,000 pull-ups to prove to kids all over the world that anything is possible.
Yeah. So for those of us that don't live in America, I'll just explain. El Capitan is a very famous mountain. It's a very sheer rock face.
Yes.
It's considered to be one of the great rock climbing challenges anywhere in the world. And you have to spend days and nights on the side of the rock face. So it's really extreme. So wouldn't do it. So more power to you for having the guts to do that. I get vertigo looking over the side of the first story of a balcony, let alone up the side of El Capitan. So that's quite some achievement.
Oh, thank you. It just was something I wanted to do, and I wanted to prove to kids all over the world that really anything is possible, no matter what your disability is, and it doesn't matter whether it's physical or mental. You just gotta go for it and don't let life hold you back.
No, absolutely. It's it's all about the attitude. So
exactly.
So the movie's promoting the camp,
right?
And the camp is in California.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Well,
that's a good place to be.
We're a brand new camp that we just opened in July of this past year. I was up there for 100 days. I just got back on Friday, so I've been up there for basically a little over 3 months, and it's good to be back. But it's 120 acres, a 9-acre lake, and we've got 17 buildings, and we're ready to go. I mean, if we could get 124 kids signed up by February, that would be great from all over the world, and we sponsor every kid for free to come to camp. So that's what we do as a foundation.
So I know that you have been supported by some organizations. Can you tell us about who they are?
Yes, we have been sponsored by Chevron in the U.S. AXSChat, which is a cybersecurity software company in Europe and the United States, and we're working on a number of other sponsors in California right now.
No, when I was watching your movie, I was able to see a lot of joy in you going up. Okay, can you tell us? That was that was a work that you're doing, and there was a team also working on the climb. Can you tell us about any stories that you can relate when you were in there in the wilderness going up? I'm sure there's a lot of teamwork required to make all that a reality. Is there anything that you would like to share us in relation to the moments when you were actually there going up?
Well, there was quite a big team of people. I had 2 people climbing with me that were directly in my team. But what you didn't see was the 18 other people in the film crew that were behind the scenes. I had 4 or 5 cameras in my face. All the time. That was quite nerve-wracking. Being filmed and climbing and being exhausted and tired and hungry, thirsty. One of the funniest stories was on day 4 when Diane Sawyer, a big news reporter in the U.S., called me on my phone and wanted to interview me, and I was so mentally out of it that I told her no. I didn't want to be interviewed. And my coming guys were like, "Oh my God, what are you doing? This is what you're doing. Get on the phone with the lady and do the interview." So I eventually snapped out of it and did the interview, but I just mentally blocked out and didn't remember who Diane Sawyer was. So that was one of many stories. So yeah.
It's hardly surprising because it's such a demanding thing that you were doing. Most people don't do that with a film crew and you know and be thinking, you know, oh, I'm halfway up a mountain, I need to engage my marketing hat now, you know. So
Yes.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Well, that was quite funny. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite because in there you have someone that is in a very comfortable office. That would be asking you questions, and you are up there going up.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know if you guys heard about the rock fall off the face 3 or 4 weeks ago, but it killed a number of people and injured a lot of people. And a big rock the size of an apartment building fell off the face of the rock. So that was always the fear of mine when I was climbing, is when is one of these rocks gonna fall off the face? And thank God it never happened. So.
Yeah. No. So you've done this amazing climb. You've got the video out there. You're engaging with major companies, and the rationale behind that is to make sure that this gives the funds to enable people to come to camp for free. Now, how do kids get to apply? And you said, you know, you're funding them and they can come from anywhere in the world. How do kids apply to come to Camp Wamp?
They can apply on my website, wamplerfoundation.org. It will be live at some point this week, and the application will be on the website directly. We will have a tab that says Camp Wamp. They can click on the tab, fill out the information, and then my camp director will go through and pick the ones that are the most deserving and the most enthusiastic about camp.
Can you tell us about what type of activities the kids can do at the camp, considering that sometimes just the fact of being there, with other kids is already something, highly positive in terms of, being and engaging with other people outside.
Yeah, I can answer that question. All the activities are geared toward the outdoors. They sleep on cots under the stars. We're at 7,000 feet, so it's high up in the mountains. We do survival challenges. They aren't really that taxing, but they're survival challenges anyway. They can fish, they can hike, they can use all-terrain vehicle to get around, which is really incredible for the kids to just go explore. They can fish, they can canoe, they do art and crafts, they do nature activities. It's geared around outdoor education. And so we've been a nature director that comes in every week and teaches them what plants and what animals are around, and basically how to, if they were in that situation, to survive on their own. Not that they're going to, but how to survive on their own if they were stuck out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, and as a former Boy Scout, I enjoyed the outdoor activities, and a highlight of a summer, but we were only doing it for short periods of time. How long are the kids out at camp for?
They're out there for 6 days. They arrive on Sunday morning. They leave on Friday afternoon. Yeah.
Okay. And do they have to put up with the things like camp toilets and latrines? Do they dig out the or are you being kind to them and giving them some facilities? Because I tell you, when we first started, if it was a weekend camp, you just hold on.
It's a little bit more upscale because it's an organized camp. So California has its regulations, as you can imagine. So we do toilets, we do hot water, hot showers, a big dining hall that's out. Basically, it's outdoor, it's open air, but it's got a roof on it, a big kitchen. And then we have a 9-acre lake, and like most kids, they don't take a shower for the whole week, but we do get them in the water. Yeah, so they do get in the water eventually, but they don't shower.
Yeah, they're what we affectionately refer to as soap dodgers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds fantastic. And so, I guess how many do you take at a time? Is it small groups so that you can dedicate enough resource to make sure that everyone's looked after correctly?
Yes, it's 24 kids a week. We have a one-on-one camper ratio, and then we have 20 people as support staff, like cooks, nurses, waterfront, nature, camp directors, so on and so forth. And then we probably have 20 volunteers on top of that. So we have like 70 to 80 people for 24 kids per week.
Okay, so that's a significant overhead. So yeah, no wonder you need oil companies to sponsor you.
Exactly. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
So it's going really well, and we're getting more sponsors. I can't really talk about those until they come through, but major foundations and major corporations are behind us.
Is that when you look to the number of camps that you guys have in the United States, how many camps? If I don't know if you know, it could be difficult to know exactly the number. Is there any other camps similar to yours doing that type of work with kids, or this one is quite unique?
I would say ours is quite unique. There is other programs out there, but they're not geared just towards disabled kids. A lot of them are inclusive, so if there's a one kid in a chair and there might be 20 other kids and they're able-bodied, so it's a unique camp, a unique experience, and I don't know any other camp out there like ours at all.
So, do you have? I mean, at the moment, you obviously what you're doing is taking up quite a lot of resources already. Would you like to open camps elsewhere in the world if you could get the access to the funding?
I would like to get my head around the new camp that I just got donated. It's quite a big project, but yes, down the road, I've been offered other camps around the United States and for that matter around the world. But at this point, I would like to focus on one at a time.
Sure.
It might be 3 or 4 years down the road, but there's another camp in Michigan that I've been offered. It's 2,000 acres on Lake Erie, and that's a big project, but I might take that one on too.
Okay, and using my schoolboy geography, Lake Erie is quite a bit. Lake Erie is quite a bit further north, right? So yes, the camping outside is not going to be quite so
no,
so warm.
No, and it's going to be wet because they get a lot of thunderstorms, and we don't get a lot of weather in the summer.
And you know, Michigan gets pretty cold in winter as well. You know?
Yes. Yeah. And we get a lot of snow in the winter. So what I did last week was I closed down camp. I boarded everything up because normally we get like 30 to 40, maybe 50 feet of snow during the winter. So right now it's all boarded up and closed up, and I can't wait to get back there in June.
Yeah. No, I mean, Antonio and I are both in sort of very temperate parts of the world.
Yes.
We get a couple of snowflakes and everything grinds to a halt.
Exactly.
Yes, everything stops.
If it snowed where I live, oh my God, it would be 1 in a million years.
Yeah.
I'm in San Diego.
In terms of going back to the people that work for the foundation, can you tell us a little bit about them, about the work that they do? That I know that some of them are some of your family members, but others might not be. Can you tell us a bit about the Wampler team?
My basically Wamp team is my wife that just got up from the chair right behind me. She went in the other room. It's myself and my wife, and then a camp director that we just hired a new camp director about 2 weeks ago, and that's basically the only staff that we have. The other staff is summer or seasonal staff that we get from different universities around California to either volunteer or we pay them to work at camp during the summer. And then we have a new social media guy that we brought on 6 months ago, named Paul Bradley Smith, and he's been a big help.
Yeah, indeed, that's I think how we got connected. So
Yep.
we like social media. We're big fans of
I
social
like
media here.
And we have observed now how energetic Paul has been since we have the chance of meeting him. He's always, he's always there for a big push, and he's a he loves engagement. I'm sure that if we ever have the chance to meet face to face, he's one of those person that is never going to stop talking, for sure.
Right, exactly. He's been a big help. I've been in, like I said, I've been in the middle of nowhere for 100 days, and he's been instrumental at bringing everything together. So it's been big help. Big help.
Yeah. So it's been fascinating chatting with you today, Stephen. I'm going to rush off to catch my plane. I've got to get to the airport in a minute. But it's been a great pleasure to learn about the work you're doing. An even greater pleasure to meet you. I'm inspired by your bravery climbing up El Capitan. That's scary stuff. So thank you very much for being our guest today, and we're really looking forward to welcoming you on to AXSChat tomorrow night. We look forward to seeing your tweets.
Good. Thank you very much for having me.
It's been a great pleasure.
Great to meet you. Bye-bye.
And we really like to say thank you to our friends from Barclays for their support. They make all this work possible and make sure that we are able to have the videos caption and all that. So once again, thank you so much, Stephen, for being with us, and we look forward to see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Anton.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.